Hello everybody, what's up? Cedric here, and this is CRWC commentary, and I will be going over SmackDown-ish, because it's about what it's going to be. It's ish, where I just go over the things that were interesting or that I jotted down because I was curious enough. Will it retain my interest? We're about to find out. So, this is for May 31st, and Nia Jax come out after Nick Aldis introduces her. The fans hate her. They chant "You suck," and not with any rhythm. That's important. I'll get to that later. Nia calls Bayley to the ring, and halfway down the aisle, Bayley's attacked by Chelsea and Piper. They leave Bayley laying, and then Chelsea tells Nia they're coming after her. Nia doesn't care who it is because she's going to annihilate them. Cute call to her own finishing move. Unimpressed. But the fan hate talk, see, they hate Nia, and I am believing it's based on everything that Jim Cornette's been saying, that they've been seeing. Someone says something, and they have a more inside knowledge of things. They know what things are supposed to look like, how it's supposed to look. Because this stuff that he's calling out, I'm not seeing. Because I'm used to, like, look, it's supposed to look devastating. It's supposed to look strong. And that's what it looked like. And then they showed how she beat Lyra Valkyria. And, yeah, I've watched the Bonsai Drop by Yokozuna many times. And it don't look like that. And Nia, that's a big girl. You know, for now. She's losing weight. But that way she can sell this stuff without doing what she's doing. So, I get it. I see it. I get it, all right? The fans get it too. They don't like her professionally and possibly personally. And she does the right heel thing. I don't care what y'all don't like. I'm the queen of the ring. So, okay, that's good. But I'm just not interested in her. She's boring. She's just boring. I'm not happy with it. I tried to hang in there. But I see she's going to be mixed up with Chelsea and Piper, and I'm like, I don't care. I can tell they're throwaway wrestlers, the ones they don't really care about, but they give them something to do. That's who these are. That's WWE just standard, all right? So next, AJ talks to Aldis in the back, and he doesn't want to go through the talk again, so he just wants to get in the ring one time. Aldis agrees. He's like, I just want to go out there one time. I'm like, okay. Ain't nothing to infer from that. You just want to go to the ring. You don't feel like going through all this. Okay, fine. Now we get Tommaso Ciampa versus Austin Theory. Ciampa, he comes out. I had to put in the who versus who later because I didn't know what was going on. Because Ciampa comes out, he's one half of DIY. Now, what I wrote was, if that means do it yourself, then why does he have a partner? He's a walking contradiction. I don't know what DIY means, and maybe y'all can smarten me up. I am going to do the yeah, I'm loading YouTube right now. I'm gonna do fan comments afterwards. That's what I'm gonna do, because certainly there are things that probably need some comments on that Zemo had to say, and he wrote a lot. I'm not gonna read all of it, Zemo. You broke me. You found my limit, but I got some possibly awesome advice for you. So I'm hoping that if you hear me, you'll consider it. So, going on with this Tommaso Ciampa and Theory thing. So they refer to, wait a minute, he's going against Austin Theory, one half of A-Town Down, and they're the tag champions. Yeah, okay, not buying it. And I'm going to tell you why later when I get done with this at the end. So, they refer to Ciampa as the Psycho Killer. Okay, who's he murdered and why is he not in prison? Certainly the WWE don't have that level of pull with the law, do they? So then they fixed it later, calling him the Sicilian psychopath. Okay. Theory hit a nice pump handle complete shot for a 2 count. Didn't get the pin, but he went for the win. So good job. That should have got the win though. Ciampa hit a nice desperation knee strike, and Theory rolled from the ring and then got back in. But Grayson Waller, having to get used to this. Grayson Waller boasted about himself, and for some reason, while in combat, Austin Theory was able to hear him over the fans and his own ailments. And I know, look, when you get hurt, when you feel it, something, hurting you, sound kind of goes away for a little bit. So I'm just saying, so Theory is questioning him about his words, taking all of his attention off his opponent. Ciampa causes the noggin knocker to happen, rolls Theory up for a 3 count. Here are my issues. Theory's shoulder blade may not have been down, and the ref was way out of position to see anything. If this level of skill got A-Town down the belts, I'm wondering how crappy the other teams gotta be to not have taken them off ages ago. Michael Cole said Ciampa stole it at the end. He stole it. But that's just plain stupid. You can't steal it when you do it fairly and roll the opponent up without a cheat of any kind. The noggin knocker wasn't a cheap shot because Waller got involved. Stay off the apron. It's that simple. He got involved. He made himself part of it. There you go. Once you're on the apron, you can be dealt with. That's just wrestling 101. That's why when fans rush the ring, if the cops can't get to them and they get themselves at that apron, they can get kicked in the face. That's really what that is. That ring is personal space. No matter where that wrestler is, you do not give up your personal space. You don't let the person in your home. And that's how that go. So after that, I had to write, let's see, LA Knight, he goes to Aldis' office and Aldis can't help but smile. Yeah, LA Knight is a babyface, but they go way back on to other promotions. And I enjoyed what little they were able to do in the NWA. I promise that some of these people are in the WWE because of 2 people, and that's Aldis and Regal. Now, LA Knight leaves the office and gives Braxton the answer of Logan Paul ain't there, but he is, and he wants the U.S. belt. All right. Then Carmelo Hayes show up. Now, some of y'all might be mad at me over this, but I'm not a fan. But Carmelo Hayes comes in mixing up people's names like Donald Trump. He threw them both off, him and Knight. It was hard for them to get a grip. Knight had nothing to work with. Hayes is trying to get the him over, but it's going to be hard because he's a damn heel. And as far as I've seen, he's a spot monkey. So y'all can be mad, but tell me where I'm telling lies. The matches I've seen him in, just spot monkey. I ain't watched the last match, but it's just one spot after the other, after the other, after the other. It's not like he's got wrestling flow unless he's forced to by a veteran. So I think my critique is on point for now, because hopefully he might change. He might change. Hopefully, make me a liar, Carmelo Hayes. Make me a liar. So next we got Apollo Crews versus Andrade El Idolo. I swear the Super HD makes a lot of things look fake. Not like you think though. Like the people in the arena are in 2 separate spaces. Like the wrestlers in one spot and the people in the arena are in another. Like it's some kind of weird green screen that they beautifully spliced together, but you can tell that there's green screen there. Super HD is just Anyway, this dude named Angel, he walks out distracting the masculine idol. Cruz will lose, but he hit a nice moonsault off the apron. Andrade hypes up the fans to hit the double knee in the corner for a 2 count. That much hype up, he should have won. To be honest with you, he should have won. Cruz hit a nice standing moonsault for a respectful 2 count. And I say respectful because he covered him. He hooked the leg, body over the shoulders, over the chest. He did right. He did right. Andrade hit the feint kick into an elbow butt. And that's a setup for this really light net breaker and then for the pin. That was a waste of a knockout shot. See, I had to write this. I like Andrade, but I won't let my liking of someone cloud my eyes and judgment. I got to be fair. I got to be fair. As much as I like him, I was like, that's just dumb. That knockout shot should be used almost in big matches. And pop somebody. You fake them out, pop them, that's it. That should be a finishing move. So now we get the bloodline business. The whole thing that I'm really watching SmackDown about. So we got Solo Sikoa, who gets the new recruits ready for their tag match later on against Street Profits, which was advertised. And then he turns his attention to the wise man, Paul Heyman. So the fans chant, "We want Roman," and they'll love him when he returns and then hate that he returned. That's what they're going to do. Heyman points out that he wants to help Sikoa while he's in charge. And he brings his attention to having lots of violence but no strategy. And when Reigns returns, they need to have Cody in check. Which I agree. You got to have some strategy here. So Sikoa mentions that they already had Cody in check and he don't even know it. And I was like, Heyman stops sniveling for a moment. All that sniveling goes out the window. He finds his inner strength and asks, "Who's we?" At that moment, Kevin Owens' music plays and Sikoa tells him, Paul, that, you better fix it, Paul. I mean, I get that Paul is the weak guy and all, but honestly, if he doesn't fix it, then what? How's he supposed to fix a guy walking to the ring? Sonny Corleone needs to get his concierge before he ends up wet up at a toll booth. I hope that joke ain't lost on some of y'all. Andrade got attacked in the back by the guy that did the job for him. I'm not delving any deeper into that. Heyman comes to the ring and tries to talk sense into Kevin Owens. He points out Sikoa is hiring criminals, the type of people he and Reigns kept out of the bloodline using background checks and whatnot. Heyman simply wants Kevin to stop calling out Sikoa before something horrible happens. Heyman asks, "Will you please back off the bloodline? Please." Then Kevin gets all riled up and calls out Heyman, saying it's all an act. That he's the one pulling the strings. Like, Heyman, you the one pulling the strings. Now, Kevin Owens cut a good promo. I believe everything he was saying. He points out that Heyman always finds a cash cow. First it was Brock, then it was Roman. And now who is it? I think he said Sikoa, or alleged that it's going to be Sikoa, or whoever's going to be next. Okay. Kevin doesn't even think Sikoa's bloodline. And he wants those people out of his world. I like it. They talked about respecting each other. How Paul talked about how Kevin was respected by Roman. And Kevin talked about how he respected them and the Usos. Well, him and the Usos. So that's going back and forth. That's good. You're seeing the growth of a new entity. A third entity. They're chanting that they want Roman. And Paul Heyman's like, there is no one in this arena that wants him back more than me. The fans boo it and cheer it all at the same time. So, Paul Heyman is offended by Kevin's words. and says that he may not be trying to help him, but he's certainly trying to save him. Paul goes off on a tirade, wondering why nobody's going to listen to him. You know? And in a big fit, he breaks the mic. That's what it looked like. I really couldn't tell what he did. And the crowd's chanting that he messed up. For a second, I thought Paul might have had an aneurysm or something. He was working. He was flustered. He was flustered. Just as Kevin nears Heyman, because he's like, we got to handle this. So he neared Heyman. He rolled up on him. Then the Bloodline come out. Then the Street Profits come out. Entering the ring for backup. And if I didn't know the Street Profits were going to defend Kevin, I would have thought they were part of the Bloodline from how they were dressed. Anyway, the Bloodline is not Gorillas of Destiny. They're the Bloodline versus Street Profits. So they're doing technically Freebird rules, so no matter who team up, it's the Bloodline. That's cool. Fine. This match was great. You get to see until just as Zemo will only call Gunther Walter, which I did watch Walter versus somebody on NXT UK, which was a damn good match. And I think Zemo, you might have been the one that suggested it. I can't remember. But Tonga Loa, I smiled. I was happy. See, Tonga Loa put a smile on my face because he no-sold tons of modern moves that are always ineffective. He just ate them. He was who he was. He just won't doing a lot of smiling like you normally would in New Japan. God showed perfect tag team expertise, and at the end, Tama nabbed the victory with a sprinting complete shot for the win. You watch that tag match, that's how a tag team should function. But here's the problem. God, they just showed how great they can be. That ain't even their highest tag team level. That's literally their mid-card level. That's how good they are. So if you watch a tag match and you don't see that level, they throwing it. Even if they win, they was throwing too much to try to let someone look good or something. So next, and wait. And Heyman was worried when they won. Oh, I gotta say this. It was called savages, thugs, criminals, all, and I'm serious, all the worst words to use in this country for anybody. Okay? And no, this ain't going where you think. And despite being called all those things, despite Heyman saying that they're dangerous people, Sikoa saying that they're dangerous people, when they wrestled, they was in their New Japan form. They pro wrestled. All right? There was no savagery. It was skill. Tama on 2 occasions had to, oh yeah, that's right, I'm the crazy one. Then he poured on a few squabbling beat down and then moved on. But he was in tag team mode. Blind tags, cutting the ring off, giving them hope spots. Working the crowd, even though you're not paying attention to the crowd. He knows what he's doing. Put a smile on my face. Oh, I love seeing them together. This tag team. The only way I will watch the Street Profits anybody else if I see them wrestling. So that's about it. I got to see God in that ring. Let God help you learn how to wrestle. So then we get to the main event, which is talking. Classic WWE, right? So AJ walks the hall. He gets kind words from LA Knight. He hugs Cody, says something to him, and then he says something to the Good Brothers or whatever they call themselves here. So At a part of the night, they said he was retiring, but that seemed to come a little bit late and out of nowhere. But we know it's not true. AJ got the mic, and he talks in the ring. Okay. So, in order to fight for the title again, he had to start in the back of the line. And so I had to note, this don't make sense. What's a star or a superstar? You never, well, once you're one of them, you never start at the back. You just do other top level stuff until they run out of stuff, and then they use you again. I'm like, so I can't buy the retirement thing, especially if you throw it on so late. So I'm just waiting. So AJ begins talking of his sacrifices in wrestling for what he loves. And then he had to cut himself off because he started getting choked up. AJ is a very emotional person. That's a good thing. So AJ says, you know, look, he missed a lot of his kid's life. He recently graduated. My kid graduated yesterday. She graduated 8th grade. She's going to be a freshman. I'm like, man, you know, I was telling her mom and her grandma, and I was like, it's amazing. She just graduated 8th grade. Now we got to let her know that she ain't shit. She a freshman. She's low on the totem pole. She got to start. She graduated just to start at the bottom. Yeah, you are a freshman. But they don't do that stuff these days, though. They don't do the whole freshman thing. That was back. I think that stopped back in the mid 70s or early 70s before I was born. So, you know, yeah. So, okay. So, maybe he shouldn't be phenomenal in the ring. He should be a phenomenal father. And the fans boo. No, entertain us. Damn your family. That's the message the fans sent. The WWE fans sent the message of your family means nothing. We want you to entertain us. That's what they sent. Good job. So AJ calls Gallows and Anderson to him, and they all put up the wolf sign. Cool. AJ calls out Cody. AJ gives credit to Cody, and I'm waiting for the kick in the balls. I'm waiting because, you know, it's obvious, right? He's not retiring. He's still in his prime. He wants that match. He wants to start. You got to start at the bottom. Well, no, you ain't got to start at the bottom when you don't have to fight to the top. You kick your way up. AJ says this is his house that he built, and he wants to give Cody the keys. Nice line. Nice line. After some cheers and such, and they, you know, Cody's like, yeah, he's the man, you know, cheer AJ. AJ clotheslines Cody and beats the hell out of him. Wasn't a kick of the balls, but I was waiting for it. So I wrote, here we go. So AJ hit the De Beers special from the steps onto the floor. Now Cody will challenge him, or Aldis will be angry and force the match so Cody can get revenge. Besides, what other contender do they have on SmackDown to challenge Cody? They won't even use Sikoa, who hasn't been in the ring. And he's rivaling Kevin Owens, a top mid-card guy, who only main events if paired with Randy Orton or somebody up there like that. And I had to note, Roman Reigns was way above a mid-card guy, so there you go. That's how that went. That was SmackDown. So look, I'm gonna scroll on up. All right, let's see. Hold up, I gotta find it because we are professionals. You know, I gotta find it. And if I can't find it on this small screen, I'm telling you, where is? Oh crap! It's at the very top. Boop, there we go. Answering viewers, it's on the screen. All right. So I'm up on my YouTube and answering. Let's see. Oh man, thanks. RFH Extra says, bro, your videos are gold. I'm like, man, thank you, man. Thank you. Let me go ahead and get out a thumbs up and a heart. You know, I do that a lot anyway once I start checking stuff like this. And Zemo, just a blind thumbs up and a heart. Oh, I didn't get that one right there? All right. So, okay, wait a minute. RCJ gets super buff. You know what? All right, go ahead. Okay, I'm getting pressed for time because I am having some issues here. This is not fun for me. Okay, so I suggest check out CRWC King and Queen of the Ring. Check that out to read Zimbo's comment because it is a big comment on all the matches. And yeah, you said Randy. Listen, hold up. Yeah, Randy and Walter. Capital letters Walter. It was match of the night. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. That was the best match of the night. Let's see. Didn't want to watch it. Let's see. I did not expect Becky to lose. I didn't expect Becky Lynch to lose either. Okay, people keep comparing Chad Gable to Kurt Angle, and it's not fair. I get what you're saying on that, Zimbo. I get what you're saying. Let the man be his own man. I get that. It's just Chad. There's too much of Kurt Angle. WWE and probably Vince McMahon did this, and it's gonna be hard to erase it. But they use up the talent so much, they got to replace it with the same thing or something thereof, which is why Jey Uso's doing the things that he's doing. So that's what that is. That's really all what that is. You know, and I don't disagree. I think he might be great. I'm gonna have to watch some more Chad Gable stuff. You point one out to me and I'll watch it. All right, I think that's fair. I don't want to watch any more wrestling than I have to. So, you know, I'm just saying. You point out a match to me and I will find it, you know. So, you know, I think that's fair. I have nothing but disdain for Logan. He is scum. You know what? No, man, I'm right there with you. I am. On a professional wrestling level, meaning you don't know jack about that person, Logan Paul is straight up awesome. Knowing Logan Paul of what he's done and his personality, I really wish he never had any money. I wish he was living in a cardboard box under a bridge. People like that don't need any power. They don't need any money, no recognition of any kind. Those people, I don't like when bad people succeed. I don't like it. I've been a decent person my whole life, and I don't succeed at anything, no matter how hard I try. But you get people that are jerks, and they just get it all. It's angering. I want to see some good people doing good things and making it. And yeah, he said, I'm sick of part-time wannabes like him getting special treatment. Yep, over full-time wrestlers who sacrifice everything to entertain these and he called this, Zimmo said, the entertain ungrateful smarks. I digress. You cutting the promo, man. All right. And see, he said Cody versus Logan was good. Yeah, but I could have done without the Saudi Arabia announced guy. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It would have been better if Brandy was cornering Cody, and then if Logan would have pushed her off like that, that would have got some serious heat. And then the announcers can really talk about, you know, the whole, that's a pregnant, she's not pregnant, but, you know, that's the mother of his child, and how could you do that, yada, 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 all that stuff. She literally could be the new Miss Elizabeth if she wanted to. So all she's got to do is just not cut any regular promos or anything like that. That's pretty much how I see it. But Brandy could be good. And he called the fans fickle, and they are. They chant Paul Heyman. They do his intro with him, and then boo him afterwards. It's like, what? You know. So look, here's my suggestion, man. because this is a long one right here that you did, and I read it. I did read it. Here's the thing. All right, and if anyone else doing it, I suggest you do it too. Go to medium.com. I think I got a link in my descriptions. You click on that link if it's there, or you just go to medium.com. You sign up. If you can spare it, it's $5 a month. You write these things like this. Write your reviews out. You already got a fan right here. I'll do what I can to get you acknowledged up there. That's what I'll try to do. I do my game wrestling. I don't do written reviews like this. So you do this, you'll get readers, you can make some money. And all you got to do is just make sure you edit it and make it all nice and stuff. And they use Speechify so they can click the button and just listen instead of reading. So I suggest you do that. I ain't saying you got to do it, but you'll get a faster return there than you will on anything of Google. Y'all got to remember that. YouTube, that's owned and ran by Google. It ain't its own. It ain't its own. So that's my suggestion. All right. Get on medium.com. Check it out. It's $5 a month. And you can make you some money or whatnot. And eventually, Medium will be paying you to write for them. And that $5 will be meaningless because you'll be getting paid. So that's my suggestion. That's my review. And that's my time. And with that, this has been Cedric for CR Wrestling Commentary on SmackDownish. I want y'all to be cool, be chill, be safe. And we'll see you next time.